Hi, everyone. Welcome to Millspell's Conversations, CT. Today, we are going to be talking about your social media feed. So be ready for everything that's on ours. Oh, what happened? Wow, what's the face?
No, you said we're going to talk about our social media feed.
Oh, you got scared. You got scared. Ooh, now I want to know. You got some juicy stuff on there, Sybil? No, I don't know. Some people might have some stuff where, they got that tint on their phone. They don't want nobody to be looking. We'll see. We'll see. But first, we want to thank our sponsors, USAA. Thank you for keeping our show going here at Millspell's Conversations, where we can give you the hot tea. We can have our male spouse tea, all different conversations that are real, raw, and about everyday life, not just military. So go ahead and scan that QR code there, and it'll take you to USAA's resource hub for military spouses, where they have tons and tons of tips and things that you can do to get your life in order as a military spouse. Thank you, USAA, for being our sponsor this year.
Yes, thank you. Girl, I'm like all excited today.
You're like, woo!
You know what? I think it's these carrots and hummus. That's what I'm eating. No peanuts today, Grace.
What kind of hummus?
Red pepper.
Oh, okay. That's my favorite. I like that one. Have you had chocolate hummus? Okay, that'll be my next There Ain't No Way.
Chocolate.
Yep, we'll talk about it next show.
Okay, look. I'm going to write it down because I'm going to hold it. Okay, go ahead, girl. Take it away, girlfriend. Take it away.
Oh, okay. I'm taking it away. I thought you were going to come with the questions.
This was your topic. This was your topic.
No, I chose the topic. You were supposed to have the questions. Okay, it's okay. Okay, I want to start off by, on average, how much screen time do you think you consume a day in total between like work, just social scrolling, all types? How long do you think you're on the screen?
Okay, that's not fair, Grace, because
I said everything included. This thing is like really high. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to, not in my normal space. Let me lower this down. How long, Sybil? How long?
It depends on the day of the week.
Okay. Let me pick a day. Wednesdays. What does Wednesdays look like?
Wednesdays are probably my least.
Okay.
It's the least amount of time I'm on social. Mm-hmm. So I would say I average about 2 hours.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
And I do track my social media usage.
You do?
Yes.
Do you track your social media usage or your screen time?
Well, my screen time.
Okay. That's interesting because I know like a lot of people, they're like, well, I'm never on social media, but like they might be reading articles on the screen for a long period of time. And there's nothing bad with that, but that's also screen time. That's time that your eyes are looking at a screen, you know? But specific to social media, I personally feel like in the last couple months, I have been consuming a lot of social media. And I consume more social media when I am stressed or overwhelmed or worried because it's my way to like escape, I guess, the everyday feelings. And I'll just scroll. And I don't even remember half the stuff that I'm looking at, honestly, because it's just pointless. But it's a way for me to kind of just get away from everything. However, I have felt like I need to do a social media fast at some point for a certain amount of time because I've just been overconsumed with it.
No, I get that. I get that. Oh, I'm gonna pop this in real quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little off topic, but it is something that I'm just gonna pop that up there.
That is so funny. Oh my goodness. So Ms. Roddy took my advice about the napping. However, I don't think she took it to my exact points. We napped a little too long. And I don't know if the caffeine was consumed before that. So
I don't think it was. I don't think
all right, guys. When we do these tips, we got to follow through beginning to end. Not pick and choose.
That's true. You've got to follow it through completely.
Completely.
But Grace, I will say something you said about when you're feeling overwhelmed. I have noticed that about myself with social media, and it's something new that I realize. And I think it's kind of my little sanctuary, my opportunity. I think I'm doing it to step away from what is stressing me.
Right.
But it seems like my feed itself begins to stress me.
Yes. Yeah, it brings more stress, honestly, because it opens that comparison window. It opens the, oh, should I be doing this or doing that? Or, ooh, I want this or I want that. When in reality, if we never even saw it, we would have no desire for it. Just imagine, like, I mean, you don't even have to imagine, just think back to before social media was such a big thing, right? Like, life was simpler. There wasn't as much need to, oh, buy this. Where's the link to that? Have you watched this? Have you heard that? You know, even the amount of quick access to news, whether it be legitimate news or fake news, which is something we're facing in 2025 with AI, that social media just has a big hand in what our daily feelings, emotions, and stress levels are. And it's unfortunate. And I think just as humans, like we need to get back to the simple life and the reality of like social media isn't a need. It's just something that's out there that we could use, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, I think that there is a positive side of social media,
Mm-hmm.
but like you said, there's so much now with AI. I love AI. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Mm-hmm.
I love AI, but I have come across content that
Mm-hmm.
is AI generated, not
Mm-hmm.
even realizing that it's AI generated until after
Mm-hmm.
I've watched it about
Mm-hmm.
10 times, right? Because
Right.
the first time I see it, I'm like, what the heck? What?
Mm-hmm.
And then the
Mm-hmm.
second, third time, I'm now in my feelings about it. The fifth time, I'm cussing at the screen. Then about
Yeah.
that eighth time, I've sent it to a friend. And
Mm-hmm.
then I'm like, oh, snap, no, that's not real.
Right. Yeah. And I agree. I think AI has a lot of benefits, right? It does open that creative window. It helps us with day-to-day things. It helps us with business. But I think you just have to be careful with it because you don't know exactly what you're consuming unless you're sitting there, like you said, Sybil, watching something 10 times. Because think of how fast we scroll on a post. You know, you get that 10 seconds, it's in your head, and you don't even know if it's real. It's a could be a tricky situation.
Yes. And
Oh, I didn't read the comment. What did it say?
oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm like,
That's true too. I can see that.
and I think, especially when you, with social media, how do I'm just going to say it. I'm not going to be polite anymore. I'm just going to be real,
Say it.
right?
Be
Like,
real.
real.
Be real. Yep.
I think oftentimes with social media, we hear the negatives.
Yeah.
That's what we see and we hear first. We hear and we see people complaining so much about whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the negativity seems to drown out the positive sometimes. I'm not going to say, oh, you know what? Sorry. My child is texting me.
Oh.
And I'm going to tell her to stop texting me. I should send her a TikTok that says, stop texting me. Because my kids communicate with me through social media. We'll send each other
yes.
videos.
Mm-hmm. I do that too with like my sister and stuff.
But what exactly is in your feed? Like any particular type of content?
My content that is on my feed on like a pretty consistent basis is probably like homeschool type stuff, cooking, baking, Very like homestead type content, I feel like is what all of my stuff is. Um, like learning languages, and I think my feed is very like educational in a way. Um, I don't dabble in like the explore or for you pages or anything like that. Like I always stick to like the stuff that I'm following, because I think social media just throws in so much nonsense that I don't want to consume, that I try to really tailor it to what like hobbies or interest or things like that. So
No,
my husband has told me that my feed is boring, and I'm like, it's not boring to me, maybe to you, but like social media to me is a tool. Like it's not really there for entertainment purposes. And so apparently it's boring. Whatever, to each their own, you know? And then he's over there with like stupid, I don't know what videos of like there's like guns in the background and like military jokes. And I'm like, why would I want to consume that for fun? Like that is
yeah,
not me. So
yeah. I'm like, nah. But you know, we tailor our own algorithm of what is
Mhm.
populating in our social media feed.
Yes.
Like we really are.
Mm-hmm.
But I am that person, Grace. I kind of dabble in a little bit of everything.
Do you? What does your feed look like?
So my feed right now, my feed is about Jamal.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Just like, I call him Theo from the Cosby Show.
Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
And Ozzy Osbourne. That's
Okay,
what
is
yeah.
Aussie a true thing? This is one of the things where like people are like fake news, blah 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 blah. I'm like reading all the comments and I'm like, I'm legit confused. Like, is this, did he really pass? Yes.
I don't know. I haven't looked at. I like Ozzy, like back in
Mm-hmm.
the day in the 90s when I was rocking it out. Before your time, Grace. No, wait a minute. When were you born?
I was born in the 90s, but I was young, so I wasn't rocking out
You wasn't
in the 90s. Not yet.
Y'all, look, I grew up in the sticks of East Tennessee. So I listened to a little bit of everything. Little bit of everything. But yeah, I didn't look it up to see if it was true.
Yeah, and like I feel like, what do you look at? Like what is the true resource? With the true source, not resource, the true source of like, is this true or not? And that was what like made me think about
Oh,
like
Soldier's Life said
really,
yes, he really did.
oh, that's very sad. That's very sad.
It is. And look, we were not. Now I'm like, oh snap! Somebody's gonna think I wasn't. Because I like this music.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't think anybody's gonna think bad about that. No, I think the point I was just trying to make is like when you look into the comments and stuff, like Soldier's Wife said earlier, you hear everybody's opinions, right? So you're hearing everybody's like, is it real? Is it not real? No, it's not real. Yeah. And so then like you don't want to just believe what you're seeing. You want to have to kind of do the research yourself and find out, what's true, because when there is so many opinions on there, your own thought process gets clouded.
And that is true too. That is true because there have been just things that I've known better, like better, like
Mm-hmm.
but because you have all of these different theories and you're like, wait a minute, now you're doubting your own beliefs sometimes. You're
Yeah.
like, let me check that.
Mm-hmm.
But in my feed, Grace, let me answer this. In my feed, I don't laugh at me, Grace. Right now, there's a lot of, and I'm not even into zodiac signs like that, but I am
Mm-hmm.
a Leo, so it's Leo season, so I have a lot of
I've been seeing those posts you've been reposting.
over on Mom Jones, on my
Yes,
other
yes.
side of the world, Mom Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I reshare them, and then a lot of college move-in days. I
Okay.
have a lot of that content right now that is
Mm-hmm.
populating in my feed,
Mm-hmm.
and I tell people I'm a little holy and a little ratchet.
Wait, you
So,
got a Bible study in one and some music video on the next one?
hey, you got to mix it up. You got to keep it
Yeah.
interesting. You got to keep it interesting.
No, that's very good. I think my feed, something you said too, is like you said it's about the college movements, and that's like the phase you're in right now. And I think my feed very much so transforms with me, depending on like what stage I'm in, what I'm feeling, what I'm interested in at the time, all the different things. And so that my feed changes periodically depending on what phase of life I'm in. And like back when like my kids were first born, it was like newborn stuff, like, oh, what do you need for a newborn? The whole list, that includes like Pinterest and all the things. And then now, like, I'm teaching here. And so I'm like, Pinterest boards are like summer school activities and blah, 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 So it just kind of depends on my phase of life, honestly. But I want to know from the viewers, like, comment too, what your feeds look like.
Yeah, what's your feed look like? And
Mm-hmm.
Grace, I got to say this too. And it's because, and I know why it's in my feed now.
What's in your feed?
Because I did a Google search one time for it. And it's now in my feed and I can't get it out.
What is it?
Menopause! No. I have so many videos popping up about menopause. I'm like, am I going through the changes?
But see, like, that influences your brain, right? Like, okay, maybe you thought once, oh, let me Google it real quick. And then you probably could have like put it out of your head or like solved whatever question you had. But like now it's just gonna keep refeeding into it. You're gonna keep thinking about it. You're gonna keep being like, oh my goodness. That's why I always say, like, don't Google your medical issues, because you are going to forever be reminded of all these things. I Googled something about like a toothpaste, like what's the best toothpaste, or like what ingredients shouldn't you have. And so I have had so many dental videos come up and like advertisements for toothpaste. And I'm like, I regret ever looking that up.
Yeah. Dang. Oh.
Yeah, not going to do it.
It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, as Grace said, let us know what's your feed looking like. Drop it in the comments. Or you know what? Head over to our Facebook group. Let me drop that link in there real quick. If I can. I'm going to drop it right here. What is it? What is it, Grace?
I don't know what the shorthand is for it.
You know what? Grace. I'm like, come on, Sybil.
I had enough with thinking of the questions and the topic.
See, this was that spur of the moment ideal that popped up in my head. So Facebook, just go to Facebook and look up groups, Mill Spots Conversations. And, over there, you can talk with us every day. Yes. And for the people that are in that group, like, y'all can talk. When we ask a question in the group, answer it.
Yeah,
or if you have something to say, you can post it. And as long as it's not a promotional post, we'll approve it. Because we want to get the conversation going, right?
For sure. That's what we do here. We want to have conversations.
And talking about that, we're going to go over to Grace's segment. Bear with me while I get it together. And I'm going to leave you, Grace. Goodbye.
Bye. Okay, so my there ain't no way for today is going to your settings on your phone. Now, I have an iPhone, so Android people, I'm sorry, but you got to figure this one out on your own. But for iPhones, you can go to your settings, you can go to your screen time, and you can actually set timers or reminders for how long you want to allow yourself to be on social media. And it also does, like internet, you can sort it by app. So you can put an alarm. Let's say you only want to be on TikTok for an hour. You can put an hour of time, and it'll add all the time in your day. Once you've hit an hour on that app, it will notify you like, hey, you've been here on an hour, you should exit out. Now, this does take some self-control because you can just swipe the notification. But if it's giving you a reminder, you can kind of put that in yourself and take that responsibility to hop off of your social media. So it's just a good way to maybe set boundaries for yourself if you're struggling with that. I know that's something that I'll do personally. And that's my There Ain't No Way for today.
All right, folks. Are y'all ready for fear?
Ready,
are you ready for it, Grace?
I'm ready.
You ready? When is it, Grace? When is it?
October 23rd. October 23rd. I'm so excited.
And where is it?
It's gonna be in DC.
And how can you get your tickets?
You can go to mostbossconversations.com and you can go and get your tickets. I'm so excited.
Whoa! Why am I so like? What is wrong with
Look
me
at
today?
you. I don't think there's anything wrong. That's exciting. I wish I had your energy today. I'm trying to drink my coffee, but I'm just not feeling it. Some days it's just not.
Oh, wait a minute. What do you have right there, Grace?
I have our merch. Most Boss Conversations, ET. We could be matching in DC with our coffee cups.
Yes. So go on over to millspotsconversations.com and click on shop.
And let me tell you, this
Right
one
there.
actually really keeps it cold. The ice is like fantastic by the end of the day.
You know what I did? I made a mistake with mine.
What'd you do?
I thought I put it in my backpack, or I thought I took it out of the cabinet when we were leaving Bahrain.
Oh no.
And I didn't. So it's somewhere on a ship.
Oh.
It'll make it, or I could just order another one. That's probably what I should do. Just order another one.
Good.
She
was always great.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do my segment real quick. So now I'm gonna kick Grace off, and we are going to do stroke talk. So today I have a little bit of a show and tell. All right, people. So y'all know I had a stroke April 17th of 2021 at my husband's farewell party while we were stationed here in DC before. So this has been a really interesting and emotional move back to the area. But my stroke was due to a rare cause known as carotid webbing. So no health issues, nothing. It was just totally caught us off guard, caught me off guard, caught everyone at the party off guard. But I'm going to show you guys what the fix was for the carotid webbing. So carotid webbing is like a little extra shelf in the carotid artery. They believe the blood clotted there, broke loose, went to the brain, blood clot was there. They did have to go in and remove the blood clot itself, but the surgeon spoke with my husband and received his permission to perform another procedure, in which I was able to speak with him about later. And they were like, this is what would help ensure another stroke did not happen. And it's here in my neck. This is what it looks like. So I have this stent here in my neck. And it does fit it's about right here. Now, I am horrible with dimension sizes, but they basically explained it to me as, and I forgot to grab a straw to give you a full demonstration, but your artery is about the size of a straw. So this is wider than the straw, and they basically had to squeeze this bad boy, thread it through in that artery. So as long as this literally what they shared with me and with my husband, as long as this holds, I should be good. But my question was, well, what if it doesn't hold? Like, if it doesn't hold, then what? And their response was, well, you could have another stroke. Oh, okay. But how would I know if it didn't hold? And I laughed. That was a little chuckle, but Grace has told me, and I recognize it and I accept it. It's my nervous tick talking about it, but it's all good. But that's my show and tell for the day.
I love that. I love your show talks. It's very informative.
It's like they're very informative, and you like.
It's all good.
All right. So for the real military spouse tier, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it.
This came up in our tea box.
Okay.
Now,
okay,
folks, you can submit questions for us to answer live on the show, and we will answer them. Okay. All right. Just letting you know, you can submit that. And I don't have the link right now, but it will be Oh, you know what? You're welcome, soldier's wife. It's uncomfortable for me to talk about strokes, but it is also important to talk about it.
100%.
Okay. So I got to come down. So the Real Military Spouse Tea, from the tea box, the question was, moving your child their senior year of high school. Would you? Why or would you not? Grace.
I feel like it's really hard for me to say that because I don't have a child in there. However, I do think back to my sister when I had my sister, and she was basically like our child at that time. And we did not move her. We did have orders her junior year, but we also had like court issues too because we were her guardians, and so that actually saved us from having to move her. But we were going to move her junior year. Now her senior year, I don't know that I could. I just think about like it being the finishing year. I guess it would depend on how much time we spent at that duty station so far. Like if we were only there a year, then I probably would. Now, if they were there from like freshman through junior year through senior year up to the beginning of senior year, then I don't know. I would want to say I wouldn't.
Okay. Y'all want to know what I said? I've
Yeah.
done it 3 times. 3 times. And y'all, and check this out. I don't feel bad about it. I don't. I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. 100. But before I tell you my perspective on this, I did ask my kids to share their thoughts on this. One of them did, and she did so from Jordan. And I want y'all to hear what she had to say. I'm going to play it. This is her audio clip from our family group chat. Okay. Grace, if you can't hear it, let me know so I'll start it over.
Okay.
Okay, so my question to her was, or to all the kids, hey, how did you feel about moving your senior year of high school?
For me, yes, at first I disliked having to move my senior year. I thought it was a very selfish act at the beginning on y'all's part for moving me away from all of my friends in my last year of high school, where I just wanted to have fun and forcing me to restart, make my whole life. So I very much did dislike it. I think I would have still very much disliked it if you moved to a terrible place. But Bahrain was like literally the environment that like I am as a person, and I just like loved all the nice things about it, so I was just like, okay, maybe this isn't that bad. And then like in the end it wasn't bad, and I made some really cool friends, and like now I have friends that are like international, and then I realized I actually love living international and traveling internationally and all this stuff, which is basically what I'm now doing. So in the end it worked out, and it actually wasn't that terrible. But definitely, I would say for parents to consider where they're moving their kids, like their senior year, because if you're moving them from like New York City to like little old town in South Dakota, yeah.
Yes.
I love that. That was so real and true. That was amazing. I love how truthful she was in it.
We moved her to San Diego her sophomore year with the thoughts of being her junior year, sophomore year, thinking we would be there sophomore, junior, and senior year. Well, we took early orders to Bahrain a year early. Now, look, I'm going to tell y'all, because I'm going to be straight up with you on why I moved all 3 of our kids. And our youngest, she did not want to go to Bahrain. She was a sophomore. She was ready to come back to Virginia her senior year. She's like, yes, I'm moving. Yes, let's go. The same for our eldest. We moved her from Virginia to, when I say Virginia, I'm saying Northern Virginia, the DC area, to San Diego her senior year. She did go to school here freshman year, so freshman to junior year. But she was like, you know what? Hey, whatever. I'm ready. Let's go. If you say we're going, we're going. And that is what I have taught my girls from day one, right? Like, hey, you got to make the best of whatever duty station you're at. But it was important to me to be together as a family. Now, go ahead and clench when I say this. And I mean it. I mean it, because I now have a college senior and a college sophomore, and then the high school senior. At the end of the day, my happiness, the family happiness, relies on the husband and wife, the parents' happiness. And I've said this before, Grace. In my home, it's God, myself, my husband. We run a close close race of, happiness and ensure I'm taking care of myself. And then all of that trickles down to the kids. Right. So I'm like, if I can be where my husband is, I'm going to be where my husband is. My other thought process is for the kids, if you're going to remain in contact with these friends, you will. Thinking back to my high school friends, I never moved. I was in the same school from kindergarten through high school. I talked to really talk to someone still to this day, it's one person. Yeah, I talk to other classmates of mine and friends, but I only have like one true friend from back in high school.
Right.
And that changed. Like, honestly, y'all, that changed as soon as we graduated. All the people I used to hang out with during high school, after graduation, I didn't see most of them anymore.
Right.
So I'm like, hey, and then also, I'm going to say this, folks. Now, in Bahrain, we could have done unaccompanied orders where we would have received benefits remaining in San Diego. But most times, if you stay behind and your husband geo-batches or your wife, whoever the active duty member is, geo-batches, you're now taking care of two households.
Yes. Yeah. People who geo-batch, like, more power to them, but I don't think that's not a feasible thing for us in our family.
No, I mean, because Grace, right now I came ahead of my husband because senior year move. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, we got it. We're going to move senior year. Because I left before him, guess what? We have no benefits here. Nothing. So, I mean, at the end of yes, as we talked about before, you're going to pay rent, you pay your mortgage, whatever. But we're not receiving that BAH benefit for here. So that is coming out of just our regular everyday.
Yeah.
And yeah, he still ain't here.
Yep.
We're still waiting.
All things to consider.
Figuring out. Yeah. But us being here, our rent right now, that is on our dime. We're not receiving BAH. So those are things to consider. And I know some parents talk about sports. Yeah, now if your kid, my kids did play sports. My middle daughter, she rode horses. And she rode competitively. So it was like, you know what? I get it, but we're going to go.
Right.
We'll be all right. There were stables there that she could ride, but she got to Bahrain and she hated it. Her thought was, I'm just here to graduate. That's it. I'm not going to make friends. I don't want to talk to anyone. She met some locals and some kids from Saudi. She went out. She hung out with them, got to know them. She is now an Arabic major.
Wow.
She studies Arabic. And she speaks semi-fluent.
Yeah, she's getting there.
And she is currently in Jordan.
That's amazing.
And she's there for study abroad. But those were opportunities that were opened up to her that she otherwise, like Arabic was never on her radar. Going into diplomacy was never on her radar.
Right.
And with sports, yeah, I'm going to say this too, and I'm going to be quiet. But I say this in general. When Well, no, let me back up, because I know sometimes there's the concern of how you transfer credits over with the senior. If you're a military family, there is the military compact clause that helps you navigate that. So your kids' credits will transfer in perfectly fine. If they're in any academic excellent curriculum or groups, that will ensure they transfer right on in. Sports is a little different, but I also say this. Sometimes as moms, and this goes back to elementary kids too, and I'm gonna be quiet, Grace, because I know you. We have to also be real about, are our kids really that good? No, seriously, no. I say that, and I don't say.
No, I get it. No, it makes sense. No, I get it. I mean, if you're in a place where like they're being scouted and they're looking at college scholarships and all those type of things, then yeah, all for, staying for the opportunity. But I mean, if they're playing for fun, they can play for fun somewhere else. And I know it sounds harsh, but that's the reality. Like you can do things in all places, just because you're comfortable in one doesn't mean you need to stay there.
Yeah. But most definitely, if they are been scouted, oh yeah, but you also contact that coach at the new school. Like you can do that. Moms, dads, you can do that. Hey, and send them some videotapes. Send them the tapes. Let them see your kid. That's their tryout right there. Just saying. Don't ask me how I know, because we have moved. My horse rider, I've been like, hey, here she goes. She wants to ride. She wants to ride on this team when we move.
Right.
But that's my 2 cents on that. Sorry, I can ramble on about that all day. And I will. I will do a separate live and we'll talk about that.
Yes.
Anything else, Grace?
That's it. I gotta clock back in.
Clock back in. I'm gonna go take a nap.
You go do that. Have some caffeine before, or maybe not. Maybe not for Sybil, but everybody else. Drink some caffeine before you take a nap. That'll help you.
All right, folks. Have a good day.
Bye, y'all.
Be sure to like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family. And we have a virtual event coming up soon.
Woohoo!